Okay, so this is a radio you won't see very often. It's called the Midland model 79900, and luckily for us, we have the Sam's manual, which covers the Midland 79900. So there's a lot of information in there that can help us out, and you sort of need it one of these because they're not something you see every day. Bright, darkness, blah blah blah, working. Okay, so I've just actually had a very quick play with this, and I thought we'll do this on the fly. This radio at the moment is, even though it's displaying channel 1 to 40, and it's doing that quite nicely through here, or you can do it on the top here, fine tune and volume, etc. But as you can see with the switches here, all the digits working beautiful, so that's good. Two things about the 79900 that you want to be aware of. I'm trying to remember what channel we found. 1 2 1 2 1 2. Okay, it's further up. Where was I? So 1 2 1 2. Okay, so 25 or 26 we'll be able to see in kilohertz. 1 2 3 4 5. We're within 10 kilohertz of that frequency. So I'm just losing my train of thought here. So basically, we know this thing here is on a frequency of around about 26.655 megs. Now, that would make a lot of sense, and I'll tell you why. Excuse me. This came from the collection in New Zealand. So, of course, there was a time where that's exactly what they'd want to do, is to change them down to 26 megs, and this one obviously got left on 26 megs for down on the New Zealand frequency. So anyway, so a couple of ways they might have done a changeover, and no matter what, this is going to need a bit of a retune. I was having a look, and I was just going to have a bit of a look through here. One of the core ways, obviously you could play with the crystal, that X4 11.112.5. And I'll just pull my probe out, and I'm using the Sister and Donnelly we fixed recently, working like a charm now, to be honest. Was just an input issue on it that was causing me a little bit of grief, which I thought, let's fix that. All right, so what do we got? We're looking for about 11 megs. I know the crystal's around here somewhere. Hang on. Now, the only reason I'm checking this crystal, that's right, because see how it looks a bit dodgy around there? It almost looks like someone's been in there before trying something. But 11.113.68 unfortunately means I don't think they've changed the crystal, because what have we got? 11.1125, so close enough with a bit of adjustment. No, that's not going to be our problem that's causing this to be down on 26 megs. Now, what we do know is that we've got good power down there. 1 2 3 4 5 1 2. So certainly working okay in the area. 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 1 2 1 2. I won't bother trying to check the receiver just yet, because we're going to need to retune the whole receiver, whole transmitter, etc, etc. So what we do next is we start looking for anything on. So let's throw this away for a minute, the probe. When you're looking at a job like this, start looking for what's been changed, who's done what to what. Now look, it looks very clean in here. Excuse me. Just grab my probe. So basically, the MB8719 takes care of all the channels, so all your spacing, etc, that can get yourself from channel 1 to 40, or increments of 10 kcs over 40 channels. Which initially I was thinking, maybe they've changed the crystal just to change that, but no, that's not what they've done. Then what happens here is this is the counter chip that does everything else, and display chip also, sorry. Although it counts as well, but this here then goes through to these little micro switches in here that then obviously get us from frequency to frequency, 1 to 40. And then obviously, yes, they do it on the mic as well, which is quite, for the age of this radio, is quite good, quite unique for the time. And this design here, this is not something you're going to see, every day, to be honest. Look, for their offsets for sideband, they're using 7.7975, and so that would mean over the other side they would have to be using 7.8025. So that's how they're developing their upper and lower sidebands, etc. And then they can obviously adjust up and set those up. That crystal will need realignment, but when we find out what exactly is going on, in the PLL, because I'm obviously the 10.240 over here is going to be standard for 10kc channel spacing. The two sideband offset oscillators are correct, and that crystal there is near enough to correct, with a little bit of it'd have to be quite different to anyway. So let's have a look. So I get my little magnifier here because I can't see these days. Now you don't need to look through the magnifier, but I do, and you can see there's been a bit of mucking around here. And let's have a look here. There's a bit of scrubbing around here that's happened. It's going to be a bit hard to do one-handed. Let's just see how we go here, but I'll try and sort of give you a bit. Oh, actually, if I ground, that's going to ground. So, actually, yeah, no, I can do this. Sort of. Let's just put that on ground there. No, that's not going to work. Sometimes it makes more sense to look underneath all the rubbish you've got and find a clip lead. Righto. Okay, so let's find a clip lead. Let's clip onto our ground, and let's basically make our ground spot here, because we know we want to check a couple of things at the moment, which are grounded spots, so that's good news. Now we can see here clearly that the ground, they actually do ground off here, so that's fine. But let's just see what we've got here. There's been a bit of scratching around over here. Actually, no, maybe they don't. Sorry. Let's not presume that. Let me bring that over here. What I just said about their grounding spot. So let's just check that for a ground there. Oh, there we go. Finally caught up with it. Right, so we're just going to check. I think that spot there looks okay. 1 ohm. It's just picking up a bit of rubbish in between, but we know that's still that same 1 point something ohms between those. So basically that spot there and that spot there, no, that's fine. I can just actually, I think I just found it. Let's have a look on the pin. Yeah, there we go. Oh, hang on. How can I show you this without, I'll just turn the radio off for a second while I'm probing. Yeah, okay, here it is. Whoops, and there you go. See how they've got it. They've just nicked the circuit just there through here, and that's pin number. Oh, that pin. I'm trying to work it out right now. Okay, let's just have a little look at that, and let's solder that up, and just see where we go from there. Hang on a tick. Leave the radio off while we solder. I think might be a good idea. Okay, so all we've done there is just clean this up a bit. I didn't really need to clean up this here. I just didn't think seeing that bit of circuit there scratched away was not necessary. We've just done a join across here, this pin here, and if we get really lucky, let's see. Let's go to channel 35, and I might just go over to my other analyzer. Actually, I've been using the 2600 just for a bit of FM stuff today, but for sideband and mucking around with ham radios and CB radios, I still love my old one. Okay, so let's have a look. In theory, if I've got this right, that should be coming up on 27355. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, close, but no cigar yet. Hang on, just let me check what's going on there. Let's just go AM and AM. Try that first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I don't think we're completely there yet, but we are definitely up in 27 megs. Let's just turn that down a bit. What was our error? 5. Sorry. Oops. Got 5 kilohertz error there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's just see when we go to sideband. That could just be an alignment, because remember we're taking it from 26 megs and coming back to 27 megs now, so there will be a full alignment of all the oscillators to get it all back together again. Oh, we're not too far off. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, yeah, definitely needs an alignment. So what we can do there is we can just say, right, where are we? What we'll do is we'll come across, oops, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can hear it. Sorry, I just got to do this for a tick. 1, 2. My fingers have got a 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, sorry. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we're basically at 27,360. So we are a lot closer from where we were on 26 megs. We're now on, and remember how I said the crystal frequency was so far out? That's what's causing it. That crystal that we read at, I'll guarantee you that, once we go through the SAMS manual, very simple. But just let me grab my probe and hook onto there for a second. Now, that crystal was reading 11.112.9. 11.112.9. 112.5. It's not too far off actually. So what we'll find is when we do the alignment, I think you'll find that'll be part of it. I won't say it'll be the entire problem because we're about 5 kcs still to work out, and it could be possible we've got a 5 kc line or something going on in here. The other thing that's very possible is that somebody's put a big ass slide in it, and let's just see if that's true. 1, 2, 3. No, there's no slide. Hang on. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. No, as I'm doing this on the clarifier, no, definitely no slide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. So as you can see, now power-wise, because we've had this on 26 megs, 1, 2, 3, 4. See how the meter was absolutely banging over before? Well, right now the RF tuning is absolutely way out. So that's just a piece of cake. That's this radio. Just so you know, they can be an absolute nightmare. And the problem is we don't see a lot of 79-900, so it's not like I can sit there and say, hey, but that's okay because we've worked on so many of them. Not true, we haven't. So what will happen is we'll go through and do an alignment on this. But look, I'll just do it. What I'll do, I'll just quickly align the RF stage just to show you. I don't want to waste your time. The half-hour video on how to tune a 79-900 you're never going to see again. But I will just show you just how fast we can just quickly. Unfortunately, I've got to hold this camera, so I've just got to go to pause for a second. But I guarantee you, once I align, let's have a look here, through this stage here, across this back section here, it will be a very simple alignment. Receiver all through here, very obvious through there, and we'll just put a signal in and peak that. So let's just see how fast we can just quickly knock that up. I wish I could show you this. I just don't have enough hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just wanted to show you just how easy, as you come up this RF stage, how easy it is. I don't know if I can hold that there, hold the microphone. Oh geez, it's a bit terrible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I can't. I'd have to go to carrier, which is not our best way of doing it, but it'll do. If I can knock this microphone down here. Okay, hang on. Sorry guys, I really do need to get this on a tripod at some stage. Right, we're keeping an eye on the power at the moment, and it's not going to look after me. I need some audio to go through to it. Yeah. What I was trying to show you is trying to think if there's a oh, I need a bass microphone on this thing. That's what I really need. But no, I can't. I'm just running out of hands here. But unfortunately, what I would have liked to have shown you was that with a very quick tweak here, through here. At the moment, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So we've already got it up to sort of 2 watts. Watch this. Unfortunately, I've got to take it off for a sec. Okay, and this is the most basic of tunes. I've just basically hit each one of them once. Haven't gone back to hollow. Keeping in mind that's not a PEP meter at the moment, so we're getting. You should see by this meter reaction. Hollow 1 2 1 2 1 2. So see what we were getting back on 26 megs is now what we're getting on 27 megs. Now the good news, when we do the same with the receiver, that I can show you. Now because I've got a spare hand, I can actually show you. So we're feeding in a few millivolts at the moment, and what we can do is we can basically have a bit of a look through this receiver line, see how receiver wants to peak. We're going to bring that level down a minute. We're just doing a real quick sort of look at, and as you can see the receiver adjusts. etc, etc, etc. Yeah, look at that one. Yeah, getting quite a bit out of that. Now, where we'll notice this more is when we're putting smaller signals into it. So we're jamming a lot of signal into that at the moment. And what am I turning my tone off there? Come on, be nice. Sorry, a squelch. I thought something's going on there. So let's take that down. Now, as you drop the level, I've got about 75 microvolts going into that. You'll notice it actually gives us even more adjustment, like we're doing there. Look at that. See that? Now that is a peak. Absolutely. So that's just the receiver line going through there, and obviously to get it on 26 megs, they've had to align that. So all we're doing, oh, look at that. And we just want to peak it. As you can see, it sort of bounces off the peak a little bit. Once again, all about having a known signal that you can put in on a known frequency and then basically peaking to suit. Nothing overly difficult about what I'm doing here. Now, we still got to sort out this little frequency issue. Now, nothing got over here, by the way, in the receiver after the filter. And you'll see it has quite a big adjustment. Look at this. This is where it was initially in 26 megs. It's quite a, hang on, let me show you, that's quite a turn on that. So to get that peaked up there, and as you'll see, each time I'm dropping our level. I'm now down to about 7.5 microvolts. Probably not quite that low, because we still want to just see a bit of meter reading, about 20 microvolts. Yeah, that's not too bad. It's quite a few adjustments that you can check. And obviously we'll have to do the frequency adjustment last of all. Yeah, most of them pretty peak there. That's looking good. It's just gonna, and then we'll just go back through that stage again with a lower input. Yeah, it's pretty right there. As you can see, we're not getting much adjustment now because we really are right on the peak. Yeah, see, we're right on the peak there. Oh, a little bit, but not much. I could just hear it more so, but nothing to get excited about. And one last one. All right, so you're getting the idea that basically receiver, excuse me, let's have a look here what they're doing. Yep. Receiver, transmitter, etc. Very simple. End result being that's down at 0.5 of a microvolt. Just hearing it, to be fair, I could probably just peak that just a tad. Oh, there's not much in it. I can hear it there. I've had better 0.5 of the microvolt signals. Oh, you can hear that sort of wavering, yep. Yeah, that's about, but you know what, once you've got it to 0.5 of a microvolt, you are cooking with gas. So there you go, that now, let's turn this noise off. That now gives us, apart from the frequency calibration, which I won't put you through, and just so you know, the SAMS manual makes it so easy. It is just so bloody easy when you're doing a alignment. I'll just make sure I'm on the right page here. There you go. Hang on. 79,900, that's good. It's all right. Just make sure we're on the right radio. PLL adjustments, all the synthesizer. Have a look how easy this is. Basically, it's just, if you've got a frequency counter and you've got a crow, the rest of this is so easy. And at the moment, the reason it's a little bit off will be adjusting that 33.3375 and getting that correct, and then basically checking the rest of them. But look, this is all a piece of cake now. And you know, hopefully it's giving you a bit of an idea. When you get a radio that's on 26 megs, it doesn't necessarily have to mean it's a disaster. And in this case, didn't mean that it needed an extra crystal. Well, sorry, not extra, but a replacement crystal. But PA, So I'm just checking what switches are. Oh, the tone's still hooked up, and the brightness. Yeah, okay. This is a really. I mean, once we clean this up, this is going to be a very rare, nice radio that's now working on 27 megs. It'll do its right power. It'll do what it's meant to do. Pretty clean sort of looking board in the end. Not nothing sort of too terrible. Once you clean up a little bit on the PLL that obviously had to be cut to get it down to 26 megs. And look, there's a lesson for both of us. I went to check the crystal first, only because it looked like it had some dobs of solder that didn't look, kind of right around it. And maybe someone did try, they thought maybe I can swing the crystal or do something with it, put some caps in there. But no, in the end, when I thought about it, the 8719, of course, there's a way to sort of trick that over to being about 500 kcs down. And that's literally what they've done. It's 500 or 600 kc drop that they were doing by manipulating the PLL. So there you go. All right, so we'll clean this one up, and God knows, you won't see too many of these. My good mate Tony, you know who you are. This is one you will not see too many of. It's probably one for you, mate. Let me just finish it off and make sure it's all 100%. But I think that's probably going to go up your direction. What you can do, Tony, can you spend the next 2 days trying to see how many you can find worldwide, and then I'll then I'll sell it to you. It'll be worth more. No, mate, we'll work out something. Anyway, it's just one of our collection that's coming from the New Zealand collection, and I've just finally got to. So good results with everything on it. By the way, this was a very common mod, taking perfectly good working radios and putting them on 26 megs. The problem with people might say, why don't they just put a switch there? Well, you just saw why. Because you've got to make a choice. You're going to find you can get 400 to 600 kcs beautifully, across the band, and then after that it's going to waver off from side to side. So picking the window is very important. Now the New Zealanders had no choice. Don't get me wrong, even though you could put enhanced VCOs in Cybernet chassis, etc., you still had the problem of broadbanding and trying to get them to cover the band equally. None of them ever did it 100%. Some better than others. I always thought Razor VCOs definitely gave you a good head start. They were certainly giving you at least the window to work within. So anyway, okay, Midland 79-900. Hope you've enjoyed having a look at one of these old beasts. I know I just think it's a Tuesday night, is it? I think so. And honestly, I've had one of those days today, and I just needed something just a bit different. I worked on this pile of rubbish down here, this 735, for hours. In the end, that's going to God, and the owner of that's getting a beautiful IC707. We might do a quick video on that tomorrow morning before it goes out, actually, because that is a very underrated radio. I don't know why. They came out after the 735s, but brilliant bloody radio, and I've got a few reasons for that I'll maybe go into tomorrow if I get time to do a video on it. But for today, that's it. That's all, folks. Midland 79-900, 73s from VK3 Charlie Mike. Please subscribe, please hit the like button, all that sort of stuff. Just noticed, actually, my wife might be right. We actually gained a few new subscribers by saying please subscribe. We're looking at the stats. Do you know only 30% of people that watch my videos are actually subscribed to the channel? That's a YouTube stat that comes up when you sort of look hard enough, which was interesting because it means maybe I need to be saying please subscribe a bit more. But I got to be honest, most of my people that watch these videos, I know just about all of you who you are. You're extremely loyal. You're the first ones to watch them. When there's 60 views up on a video, I can almost name 58 of you as that'll be those people. It's always the Andres, Andys, Phil. There's quite a few of my mates, which thanks very much. Really appreciate the support. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. It really does help the algorithm and blah blah blah. Sounds like I'm quoting somebody else's YouTube channel now, doesn't it? Helps the algorithm. Oh, jeez. Next I'll be doing big promo YouTube, sort of like logos on the front of the when you see on the YouTube screen to pick a video. I don't think so. I'm just not that into it. I just want to give you the raw facts, and that's about it, and have a bit of a chat and a bit of a play, and hey, it's all a bit of fun. 73s, VK3 Charlie Mike. All the best.